Moses is a monumental figure in the religious history of humanity, revered in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. His story, as narrated in the Bible, is one of liberation, revelation, and an extraordinary exhibition of divine power. But can history substantiate the biblical accounts of his miraculous deeds? In this exploration, we critically assess whether there is historical evidence to support the miracles attributed to Moses. The biblical narrative places Moses at the center of an extraordinary series of events, most famously the 10 plagues of Egypt and the parting of the Red Sea. Though the supernatural nature of these accounts can challenge historical verification, they have intrigued historians and archaeologists alike, who seek to separate myth from possible reality. The quest for historical evidence begins in Egypt. Scholars have long debated whether the biblical Exodus reflects an actual historical event. Archaeological evidence from ancient Egypt does document periods of economic and ecological upheaval, which some researchers correlate with the biblical plagues. Volcanic activity, diseases, and other natural occurrences have been proposed as possible explanations for these events, suggesting that the plagues may have roots in naturally occurring disasters that were later interpreted as divine interventions. One of the most spectacular accounts attributed to Moses is the parting of the Red Sea. While no direct evidence has been discovered, some researchers hypothesize that the crossing could have been over a shallower body of water, such as the Sea of Reeds, possibly facilitated by strong winds or a natural phenomenon known as a wind set-down. Computer simulations support that such events are feasible under certain conditions, anchoring the biblical story in a possible natural event. Turning to Mount Sinai, the site of Moses receiving the 10 Commandments, research also lacks definitive evidence. While the exact location of Mount Sinai remains subject to speculation, scholars have uncovered evidence of settlements and nomadic activity from the 2nd millennium BCE in the Sinai Peninsula, the era traditionally associated with Moses. While the archaeological record neither confirms nor conclusively denies the historicity of Moses' miracles, it provides a fertile ground for discussion. By acknowledging the limited historical evidence, researchers balance between faith and rational inquiry. In conclusion, the power of Moses, as portrayed in religious texts, transcends the tangible. While historical and scientific methods might find it challenging to authenticate supernatural events, the influence and inspiration drawn from Moses' story endure, captivating the minds and hearts of believers across centuries. The quest for evidence, in this case, highlights not just the pursuit of truth in ancient history, but also the enduring power of narrative itself.